Hey, it's me, Mario. It's George from Rat Rock Garage, man. I'm on vacation. So, sorry. I am like 3 months behind on videos. I got these new cameras, and it's been the struggle bus with all these fucking cameras. So the majority of the videos that I'm making haven't been saved properly, I guess, by the camera. So all the content's gone. I do have the content from the Pocket 3 camera I have, so I went through some of that last night. Any of the footage I had from the Action 4 cameras, I have two DJI Action 4 cameras, and none of that's any good, which sucks, but what are you going to do? The recordings I had from my phone, I still have them. And that's where most of the recordings came from, where I started. You know, I bought this phone, and I bought the phone, but it's the phone I use in my pocket every day. That's what I started with. And then I figured I would get some cameras and, you know, make the experience a little bit better. And it's been nothing short of frustrating. So the truck, the current state of the truck, as it runs and drives, I need to fabricate a new drag link whenever I get home, because it's made of unobtainium, and you can't get one. I ordered some stuff from Speedway before I left, and they advertise a link bar, you know, threaded left hand and right hand thread, and 11/16 right hand and left hand thread, basically tie rod end, and some jam nuts. And when I got that stuff, I put it together. The drag link I need is like 14.5 inches center to center. Well, this link bar that was supposed to be 10.75 inches was closer to 7.5 inches. So I couldn't use it. I've been working late for the last like 2-3 weeks. And by late, I mean I'm coming back up to the house somewhere between 9 p.m. and midnight, working on this thing, trying to get ready for Power Tour. It's Memorial Day today. I'm going to be down here camping with the wife and the dogs, as you saw, until Saturday. And then we're dragging this thing back to Nashville. And then I have a week to finish everything. Right now, the doors are off the truck. I started putting glass in the doors, but what a fucking struggle that's been, let me tell you. I ordered some more shit and some more glass tape. It's all being delivered while I'm not there. And I did order a couple mounts, because like bar clamp mounts that were supposed to be here before I left, because we're riding motorcycles down here. I figured I'd capture a little bit of that and make a new playlist, something like RRG Travels or something, you know. But I thought I was going to start that last night, because we drove to a couple places around here, Walmarts and Best Buys and whatnot. So we rode around for probably about 3.5 hours yesterday. And I finally got the only bar clamp mount in existence anywhere near Tallahassee or Perry, Florida. We're staying in Perry right now. We went out to Tallahassee and went south there to Cooter Stew Cafe. Had a burger. It was okay. I guess they were busy because we had to wait 30 minutes for it. But I digress. The truck. I was on my way back here yesterday, and I was like, man, I should call that thing the Bruised Banana, because the base color of that truck is yellow, but somebody has painted it black in some spots somewhere along the line, and it's rusty. So it's brown, black, and yellow. I was like, it's a Bruised Banana. So when I get home, I need to, the first thing I'm going to do is make that drag link. Hopefully that works. Hopefully I can record it and that will work. I found out that the issue with the Action 4 cameras I have is the SD cards. I got some Samsung Pro SD cards, 256 gigs. You know, I spent several $100s on SD cards, and they won't work in these DJI cameras. I mean, all the specs on paper say that they should work in these cameras, but they don't. And while I was sitting in here last night digging with that thing, I had some old cards with me. I had a Samsung Ultra 200 gig. That one won't work in the Action 4 either. And then I had a couple SanDisk Extreme cards, only like 32 and 64 gig size, and those do work in the Action 4 camera. So I'm going to use them. And I just ordered several hundred more dollars of SD cards for these cameras, so I can use these cameras on Hot Rod Power Tour. Hopefully that works out for me. These are the SanDisk Extreme cards. I bought 8 or 9 of them last night. I have like 15 of the Samsung cards. I think I can return them. Praise baby Jesus. So we're going to try to do that when we get home, but the window's tight because the Monday after we get home is whenever FedEx is going to pick them up off the porch. So I need to repackage them and put a label on them and set them on the porch, I guess. But back to what I was saying about the doors and the drag links. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put this drag link on there because that's what's going to hinder me the most. And what I ended up doing was I went to McMaster Car. I bought some 5/8 high strength Heim joints, and then I bought a 5/8 internally thread rod, some lock nuts. I can't remember the name of the lock nuts, but they have like a dot in the side of the flat of the nut, so it's a lock nut. I don't want to use an eye-lock nut on a steering component, so I'm going to use one of those mechanical lock nuts. And honestly, I might throw 2 on each one. And that's what's going to hold it onto the pitman arm and the knuckle of the driver's side. They are tapered right now, so I also bought a 5/8 drill bit because those are going to have to be drilled out to 5/8 straight to use a Heim joint. Hopefully that works in my favor. That stuff came before we left. Like, I was working on the bikes and that truck and hooking up to the camper and hooking up the trailer to her car and loading the bikes and everything till like midnight Friday, and we left early Saturday morning. Scooter, Tramp, come here. Leave. You stay here. Okay, just relax. Lay down. Anyway. Drag link. So I got all that stuff. I looked at those boxes before I went to bed that night, and I fucked up. That I ordered a 12-inch link this time. It seemed to be the most appropriate size. It was either like 8 or 9 or 12 or fucking 20 or something, right? And like I said, I need 14.5 center to center. So theoretically, if I throw the jam nuts on the Heim joints and I put them up towards the Heim joints as high as possible and thread the rod on long as possible, I should be at like 14 3/4 inches, which I'm going to call acceptable. And then I'll either try to tighten those nuts a little bit, or I'll just tack weld those nuts to the tube. But where I fucked up is that link I bought an internally threaded link. And I didn't think of this when I ordered this, because I ordered this shit at fucking midnight too. I was tired. It's right hand threaded both sides. Now, if I would have ordered right hand threaded heim joints on both ends, then it wouldn't be an issue, because like I said, it's going to be the total compact length. I'm never really going to have to adjust this. Isn't really an adjustable part on that truck. So, but I didn't. So that was right hand thread on both ends of the link, and I have a left hand heim joint and a right hand heim joint. The threads that are on the heim joints are 5/8. The through bolts are also 5/8. So I've got some hardened bolts that should be the right length, and some hardened washers. The hardened washers I got are a little bit big. They're like the OD of the heim joint. So I'm going to stop at Walker Hardware in Springfield and see if they have any hardened washers that are the OD of just the flat spot on the ball of the heim joint, just to make sure I'm not going to limit myself with motion from the heim joint. I got to do this first, because if I can't get enough motion from those heim joints, I'm going to have to order some I don't know if they call them high mobility heim joints or what. They're the ones that have like the standoffs on them, right? They're longer. I have to order those and some longer bolts. So I gotta make sure that shit works first. The doors, I tried to pinch the channel on the bottom of the driver's door that holds the glass, and it works mediocre. I got the 5/64 glass tape. I ended up doing the measurements, and there will be a video on this, because I'm pretty sure I made that with the Pocket 3, and it doesn't retain the glass like I want it to, and I'm worried about the glass coming out whenever it goes down. The divider bar for the wing window and the I can't remember the piece it's called, what the name is, but it's the fuzzy stuff that goes around the radius and then down into the door on the other side of the window. Those were kind of shot on these doors, but I couldn't find them whenever I originally ordered these parts in like April. So I was just going to reuse the old ones, and the driver's door is put together all together right now with that stuff. But whenever I started on the passenger door before I left, that Friday before I left, that shit just fell apart whenever I was taking it out of the passenger side door. So I had to order that shit. It should be there now or shortly. So I'm going to have to take the driver's door completely apart again, rebuild it again. The passenger, I have it completely apart right now, and I have part of the wing window done. But on the driver's door, I reused the glass tape that was in the curved part of that holds the wing window. And whenever I did that on the passenger side, I just tore that rubber when I was cleaning it up. So I've got to replace that. I measured it, and it is 5/64. But the tape that I bought to do this, it was 5/64. It was only 4 foot. So I got on Summit and I ordered either 10 or 20 feet of it. So hopefully that'll be enough for the wing windows. I ordered some 1/16 also, because that's a little bit thicker than the 5/64. I don't know if you can hear this wind, but it's pretty windy right now. So I ordered some more 5/64 for the wing windows, and I ordered some 16th for the main windows to hold in that track. Hopefully that will work out for me. So I'll go rebuild the driver's door when I get back, and I gotta finish building the passenger side door. I gotta get some help to hang those doors, adjust them so they open halfway decent. The driver's side fender, I started to bend it back in shape a little bit, but I'm gonna need 2 people to do that, because you have to like push and pull at the same time, and I'm only one person. So I need to get that somewhat straightened out. I got all the lights working like they're supposed to be. That was a struggle. I can't remember if I used the Action 4 for that or the Osmo Pocket 3. So there might be a video on that. And getting the front marker lights to work also as turn signals was a struggle. And I had to Mickey Mouse the ground on them things, which I'm not proud of, but that's what it's going to be, you know? So we got that going for us. I got the tinted back glass in there the week before I come down here last week. I got the windshield in there the week before I came down here last week. I got all the solar charging and everything done before I came down here last week. I recorded a test drive video with that Pocket 3, thankfully, right after I got that thing put together. And in that video, you'll see I have to adjust the power brakes. I need to, where I found the steering problem, part of it's the drag link. Part of it is the kingpins I already put in there. And I don't know if there will be a video on the kingpins because I think I used the action forward for those. But I replaced the kingpins in it, but I didn't take the knuckles off and take them to a machine shop. So I just reused the old bushings that were in there, right? And whenever I fit all that together, it didn't seem like an issue because there wasn't really much play. There wasn't really much play in them. So after that test drive, and I put it back up in the air to see where this other play is coming from, I still have play in those kingpins. So, if I'm going to keep this front end under this thing, I need to take those knuckles off, take them to a machine shop, and have them press out the old bushings, press in new bushings, and ream them to the size of those kingpins. I just don't have time for that before I leave. And then we got, so we got a little bit of play there, which I'm hoping I can deal with. We got this play in the drag link, which I'm hoping to fix. And that steering gearbox it's plumb wore out. If you grab the pitman arm, where the I think it's called a sector shaft, comes through the driver's side frame rail and like move it, you can see a fair amount of up and down play. So the bearings and or bushings in that box are shot. If I keep manual steering and this front end under this truck, then I'll probably rebuild that gearbox, or I might switch it over to power steering, which means it will be a replaced gearbox anyway. The power steering gearboxes kits for that is like $600. Rebuild kits for like $150, $200. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet. We got a lot of progress done. This truck, just for context, I pulled this truck out of the woods, non-running, non-driving, non-stopping, non-anything. Didn't have driver's glass in it. Cracked front windshield, delaminated back windshield. The passenger side glass was busted. The wing windows were one piece, but they were also delaminated, right? So I had to replace the glass for this trip. We're at less than a year pulling this thing out of the weeds while I'm running a business and going to school full-time for engineering. And this thing's going to get pretty close to taking this thing on a hot rod power tour. That's a lot of work, man. So that's one of the reasons why I've been slacking on these videos and why the majority of my videos are 10 minutes and less. It's also why I don't have a lot of videos of me actually doing the work, because it's too much with all I have going on. So I'm only taking one summer class for this summer. I'm taking 5 classes this fall, 5 classes next spring, and I should be graduated with an engineering degree. My concentration is mechanical. So I just want to make a short video here. I have no idea how short it is. I know I rambled on, but what's going on, why I haven't uploaded as much, and why you have no idea what the truck looks like at this point in time, because I'm at like, I think March 9th. So the last video I had in my queue wasn't even really in the queue. It was just, I have an Excel spreadsheet made of the names of the videos that I named them, and a brief synopsis of what they are, their times, and then if I upload them, when I upload them, and the links and stuff, right? So this was the last one in that list, was March 9th. Uploaded that late last night. I do have other videos on my hard drive, but I have to watch them all, see what I did in them, and then store them on the laptop under the correct context, put them in the Excel spreadsheet, and then upload them to YouTube. So that takes a lot of time. I just really have not had any time recently. I say recently, in a month, I haven't had time. So we're getting there. I think this week I'm going to try to make a couple motorcycle videos. I don't know if you guys care about that or not, and upload them while I'm down here. The Wi-Fi here at this campground, it may as well be non-existent, but I'm going to do what I can. I was able to upload that video in standard def last night, so if they're not too long, I'll be able to do that. I'm going to try to upload this video today or tonight or tomorrow, so you guys have some sort of idea what's going on. So I'm sorry, but it's probably going to happen again. I'm just a man. Just a one-man band. One-man show. Except when I need help, and I'm a one-man and woman or one-man and man show. They don't do it in the videos. But Steve didn't want to be recorded. Help me with that glass. So there's, I know I pocketed a little bit of the glass, but whenever he came over to help me with the glass, so the actual installation of the glass wasn't put in, like it's not on video, but which you probably would have enjoyed that, because we were driving the struggle bus there, bud, front and back window. But that shit's done. I gotta get my wipers to work too yet. I got a new motor in there. I don't wire it up. I don't have the linkages connected because the spline shafts where they come out of the body of the truck are seized. I have new wiper arms, I have new wipers, but those are seized, and I've been meaning to take those out for the last like 3 months and put them in the ultrasonic cleaner, see if I can get them freed up and then put back in. But that's something else I need 2 people for, because somebody has to hold it on the inside of the cab while I try to take it apart on the outside of the cab. So hopefully I'll have wipers for power tour, but I might not. I bought a ceramic glass coating so that I can at least have some sort of hydrophobic barrier on the windshield if I don't have wipers, and hopefully get through it that way. My friend Jake, last year he brought his 64 F100. He's having problems with his brakes, and I guess he gave up last week on trying to get them done. So he's going to bring his 25 Ranger. Pretty lame, but it is what it is. And Ben, he has, last year he brought his WS6 Trans Am. And this year he has like I want to say it's an 03 Super Duty Harley truck, 6 liter. And he's getting it ready for power tour, and he believes he has blown head gaskets. If you've ever had a 6 liter, you know the struggle, okay? I personally know that struggle all too well. So he's saying he might bring his WS6 again. I have an older GoPro and a fair amount of mounts, so I might see if he wants to put that camera in his car and we can get some footage from his view. I plan on walking around with that Pocket 3. I'm recording this on an Insta360 Go 3S. I don't even know why I bought this camera, but I did. So, figure I might as well use it for this. So I will use the Pocket 3 for the walk around shit. I'm going to have an Action 4 in my cab. I'm going to have an Action 4 outside my cab. I have one of those DJI 360 cameras I bought a mount for. I'm going to go kind of on the top of the cab. Now I'm going to try to make some selective videos with that thing to see, what that's about. I'm not really a camera guy. I do YouTube for motorcycle repair videos and riding videos several years ago, and that's when I was in the middle of that when YouTube came out with the change to all the music and all that stuff for rights and whatnot. And I just didn't want to have to deal with it, so I just deleted all my shit. So you have that, what that's worth. That's the last time I did YouTube, and that was with that GoPro camera, and I can't remember what other camera, but it was primarily that GoPro Hero 7 Black, or Hero 8 Black, one of the two. And that was an expensive camera whenever it came out. So that's where we are, man. I think I'm going to upload that test drive video, and then you can get caught up through the other videos whenever I have time to upload them. I just want to give you guys some idea of where the truck is right now. That test video has no back glass in it and the busted front windshield in it. But that test drive was probably 30 minutes long, and I missed a turn, so we went and got gas and whatever else. The speedometer is very inaccurate in that truck. You're going like 55, and the speedometer says 40. And the steering makes it a handful at 55, and the power brakes, they work good, man, but the passenger side was adjusted up too high, and the driver's side wasn't adjusted up high enough, so whenever you hit the brakes, it stopped good, but it pulled you hard, and I mean hard, to the right. So I just got all that stuff adjusted. I got the carburetor adjusted. I put new primary jets in it. I switched it over to the secondary jets. I think that was all on pocket camera, so I should have all that footage also. So that, if you've never seen somebody change the metering plate to a secondary jet plate and change jets and shit, maybe you'll enjoy that video. I had a problem with the spring I was using, the return spring, where it just didn't have enough gusto to hold the plates closed far enough. So when I was setting the idle, I was having a hard time because the idle would always change. It would be too high, and then if I pushed the plates, it would be where I wanted it, or I would have adjusted it and it'd be too low or whatever. So I ordered one of the fancy looking ones that mounts to the car base with the same bolts as the car, and I made a video on that where I had to hack that thing apart for it to work with the solid linkage in this truck, because those are primarily made for cable linkages. So I had to cut that thing all to pieces in the back of it and grind it and whatnot. And I think that's videoed also. Of course, when I did that, it's always 2 steps forward, 1 step back around here. So I did that, and then my carburetor studs weren't long enough on that side. So I ordered new carburetor studs that were for a 1-inch spacer plate instead of a 1/2-inch spacer plate, and they're on the driver's side. The normal 1/2-inch ones are on the passenger side. But it looks a whole lot like the cigar is done and breakfast is ready, man. So that's it. That's it for this video. Just wanted to give you guys an update. And whenever I started this, you may have noticed that my videos were in a weird order, but I did put the dates of when I made the videos on the videos, so you can kind of follow it that way. Because whenever I started doing this, it was easiest for me to just upload the latest videos and then go backwards. So you'll see at some point in time my videos started, and they all went backwards to the first videos I made where I washed the truck, tried to figure out what I actually bought, you know. And then at some point in time when I got there, after I uploaded those videos, we started going forward again. So it's going to be a little bit of that, I guess, again, because I want you guys to see, you know, the state of this truck. And if you see this thing, Hot Rod Power Tour, come on up to me, man. I got some stickers and shit made. I'm going to hand out stickers if you guys want to follow me. That'd be awesome. Like, subscribe, thumbs up, whatever the hell YouTube does. And I have a couple shirts too, so come up to me, say what's up. If you see my truck, I might have a shirt that might fit you. I got like 5 of them, and then I got a fair amount of the OG stickers, probably about 100 or 120 of them left. That there was a short video on them called "Sticker Fuck the World," and then I had a couple more stickers made that had. Sorry, I'm trying to get all of this in. It's part of my pinkies. And I had some QR code stickers made. So also, if you see this truck, there's a couple of those QR stickers on it, so you can hit that QR code and it'll take you to the YouTube channel. But that's it, man. We're in this thing here. We already pretty much ended this thing. pretty good. Rocky Patel vintage. I get these the short ones, and they're 4x38s. They come in like 5 and a 10 can. They're good for shit like this because, as you know, I don't have a whole lot of free time. So it's a quick 20-minute smoke, and they're pretty good. They have a couple different vintage cigars that they do in those tins and those sizes. It's like white, black, blue, and red. Blue and red probably my favorite ones. This is one of the blue ones, Cameroon, and then the red ones. I think Cameroons are 03s, and 2023 or 2003, and the red ones are 90 vintage. So they age for X amount of years with advertising as and whatnot. So enjoy one of them if you want to. Have some coffee. Take some time off. I scheduled this in January, so even though it was a struggle to get here, especially on time, and the first day and a half here has been aggravating as fuck. We're trying to relax here, and I'm going to try to catch up a little bit on video shit, but I'm going to try to make a little bit of content while I'm down here. Like I said, some of it's going to be that motorcycle content. I'm going to see if any of you guys are around Perry, Florida, and want me to come check out your rig, whether it be an F100, whatever, right rod. It'd be pretty cool to meet up, see some of your guys' stuff. Maybe we could make a short video on that, or short or something. That'd be pretty cool. Shorts are 3 minutes or less. And then there's a museum, I can't remember where it is. It's somewhere in between Tampa and Orlando. I want to see if I can ride over there. We brought the motorcycles down here, so we're riding around, and maybe make a short video in that museum, just see what's what. So if you see me down here, say what's up. I do have a couple stickers with me in my truck and her car, not the QR code ones, but the original OG ones. And that's what's going on. Like, subscribe, do whatever you want. Have a good day, man.